Hi guys, it is 11:51 in the evening over here in the UK on the 5th of February 2019, and we have an hour and 9 minutes until the State of the Union starts. Got times like 8, 8:30, same times kind of mentioned previously. 9 o'clock is also a reference. Um, we have two giant asteroids racing by Earth tomorrow, which is uh, tomorrow for me, but today for anyone else who's behind the UK in terms of time zone. So NASA expects the two asteroids to make a so-called Earth-close approach in the early morning hours. The first of the two, dubbed asteroid 2019 BK4, will swing by around 1:29 a.m. on Wednesday, that's UK time. The second asteroid, asteroid 2013 RV9, will follow shortly after, around 6:30 a.m. Asteroid RV9 is the biggest space rock of the two, estimated to tower over Big Ben's clock tower and rival St Paul's Cathedral in London. And the reason I'm bringing you this report is because it is something that I'm looking out for. Asteroid strike, comet strike. I was looking out for that on the 21st of January. One hit the moon. I was looking out for one on coming up to the 3rd of February. One kind of exploded over Cuba on the 1st of February. So now I'm kind of looking at these two, especially since there are two of them, and I've talked about twin asteroids and even the report of NASA in 2022 launching a mission to slam a satellite into a twin asteroid, hitting one of them and causing it to chain effect and knock onto the next one. Don't know where they're going to end up in terms of trajectory, but I pay attention to these kind of reports because I believe that they are going to use the asteroid strike scenario in amongst all the other scenarios we're looking at. So keep an eye on that. And that's whether it's real or fake, I couldn't possibly tell you. I know that NASA is a devious organization, but at the same time, I know that the Bible refers to falling stars and things like that, and that could be modern day asteroids and meteors. It's all in the name, so keep an eye out for those things. Iran has just put guided warheads on missiles that can reach Israel. So while we're looking out for Iran's response to Israeli attacks on Iranian targets in Syria, this is a step up to that level. So Iran has equipped its most advanced, longest-range missiles, which can hit Israel and U.S. bases in the Gulf, with new precision-guided warheads, state media reported on Sunday. According to the unsourced report in the Fars news agency, the new homemade guided warheads have now been attached to the Khorramshahr, I can't say it, I don't know if I said it right, Khorramshahr, missile with a range of 2,000 kilometers. The new generation of missiles with guided warheads has been named Khorramshahr 2, and they can be controlled until hitting the target and are able to carry warheads weighing nearly 2 tons. So this is a real boost up for Iran in terms of missile capability. We know that they recently did a missile test, which Mike Pompeo came out against quite strongly, saying that there'd be more sanctions on Iran if they continued. But you know, the sanctions thing, it really isn't working at the moment because, as we've discussed, the EU is still not on board. They found ways of circumventing the dollar and trading in local currencies so that the sanctions don't affect the businesses. China have done the same thing. So the sanctions on Iran, they are working in terms of economically, they are suffering, but they're not working in the sense that it's going to stop Iran doing whatever it wants to do in terms of nuclear capability or missile ballistic technology capability. So we're keeping an eye on that because obviously if Israel again launches another attack on Iran, that could be when the response comes. Now they have put these guided warheads onto their missiles, and the missile's name, Khorramshahr, again, I'm not going to go into it, but the name itself had to do quite a bit of searching to even get to this, but it's named after the Battle of Khorramshahr, was a major engagement between Iraq and Iran in the Iran-Iraq War. The battle took place from September the 22nd to November the 10th, 1980. Known for its brutality and violent conditions, Khorramshahr came to be known by the Iranians as Kunashar, in Persian meaning city of blood. So if you take that meaning, They've just put guided warheads onto missiles that are called City of Blood, which are generally aimed at Israel. And that is, I'm guessing, pretty much what they want to turn the city into with these missiles, a City of Blood. So again, we're just keeping our eyes on these things as they develop, and I'll bring you the updates as I find them. And in line with that, Russia has supplied S300 systems to Syria. We know about that already, but now they are operational. We have satellite images, at least most of them are operational, of erect launchers, which indicate rising tensions in the Syrian area, and the possibility of, if Israel attacks again, we now have the S300 missile batteries in operation. Um, 3 of the S300 aerial defense batteries deployed in Massaf, Syria, have been documented in an erected position in an image produced by an Israeli-made satellite, indicating that they are becoming operational. The images captured by ImageSat International show 3 of the 4 launchers in the upright position and the 4th covered by a camouflage net. This is the first time that the launchers have been documented in an erected position since their arrival from Russia in October. The erection of the launchers may be an indicator of rising tensions in the Syrian area. If this is the first time the launchers have been erected, and not simply the first time they have been documented by satellite images, it would seem to indicate that the Syrians have made progress in solving operational issues with the battery. In October, satellite images showed that the S300 batteries had been deployed. Haaretz, however, that's the news agency, reported that the process of training Syrian soldiers to be stationed at the missile batteries was expected to take some time, and the new batteries had not yet reached operational readiness. It is unclear why one of the launchers is covered by a camouflage net, according to the ISI. This is a rare occurrence and raises questions about the operational level of the entire battery and specifically the launcher that remains covered. Russia announced that it would supply the anti-aircraft missiles after Syrian forces responding to an Israeli strike on September 17th mistakenly shot down a Russian military reconnaissance plane, killing all 15 people on board. Israeli defense officials believe that the Israeli Air Force can, if needed, overcome the new batteries and attack more targets in Syria. The problem with that is if they do overcome the S300 batteries, it brings them into direct conflict with Russia, which is something that they don't want. They realize that Russia is a more powerful nation than Israel is itself, which is why Israel has America backing it up. But obviously, America wanting to withdraw out of Syria, if anything happens to the United States, then it kind of leaves Israel not exactly by itself, but we know how the UN have treated Israel over the last couple of years. We know that NATO have said that they wouldn't come to Israel's defense, so it kind of leaves them by themselves, something they have practiced for, but with, Iran putting guided missile warheads onto their missiles that are, named after a city, referencing City of Blood, and you've got the erection of these S300 systems in Syria, it kind of tells you that things are really building up in terms of the Middle East, Iran, Israel, Syria, Russia, Turkey even. So keep an eye on all of that. And obviously, as I was reading the report, there was a lot of erection in there, and obviously that is something in association with the male genitalia. I haven't brought it up, but I can very quickly. It may be the language that we're hearing here may be connected to what we see on the missile chalkboard, as in we have a penis, it seems to be erect, it's ejaculating, so that would be the correct position. But as we know, as well as it being a penis, it's also a missile. Um, an erect missile, or a missile being erected, can look at it in that way. And apologies for anyone who found that part of the conversation a bit sensitive and disgusting. With all that said, you guys, I'm keeping an eye out. Today, we still have watch on Donald Trump in particular with the State of the Union. What's he going to say? Is anything going to happen there? We don't know, but we're watching. And if nothing happens, praying to God that it doesn't, I and you guys along with me, move along to the 12th of February up to the 18th of February. As I said, the 14th, 15th, and 16th are of particular interest to me, but all of the days within that timeline are of interest. As I said, the 12th of February on the Julian calendar is the 30th, the 13th of February on the Julian calendar is the 31st of January, and so on and so forth until we get to the 5th of February being the 18th of February, Julian calendar, Gregorian calendar wise. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.